So this is day 84 and I took a shuttle into town to go to Walmart to get a resupply for food, and then I came to this running store to get a new pair of shoes. My other shoes are shot. So ready, set, run. In Stroudsburg, PA, the lady was very helpful and it was awesome to get in here. She said I need to be replacing my shoes every 400 miles and maybe that's part of the reason I'm having trouble with my feet. So now I'm just sitting here waiting for the shuttle to come pick me up. It's late. I'm assuming it's going to come. And then I'm going to get back on trail this afternoon and try to knock out a few miles, either 5 to 8 miles. We'll just see what happens. So, day 84, downtown Stroudsburg, waiting for my ride. The ride is a program that they offer here. It's like $2 away, so I got into town and out of town for $4, assuming they pick me up. They're overdue from when they projected they'd be here, but I think they will. So I'm leaving Marty's old yellow house now for the trail. I'm going to hike about 5 miles. There's a hostel I was at. Going to hike about 5 miles to a backpacker campsite. I will actually shift from Pennsylvania to New Jersey. 2 miles of it is a road walk. I'm intentionally waited till 3 o'clock in the afternoon to do this because it's 91 degrees. And I want to give it a chance to cool down a little bit because it's just been hot. It's not as humid though as some of the days, which is a good thing. So we're just going to see what happens. I have a 2-mile road walk, cross the bridge into New Jersey, and then I have a 3-mile gentle, they say it's a gentle climb up to the campsite. I went in town today and replaced my shoes. You should see the video clip from that. I had a little bit of a snafu with all of that because I got a public transit and I scheduled a shuttle and they didn't pick me up till 2 hours later in my request because one of their drivers didn't show up. Which is kind of a pain in the butt, but I wanted to leave later in the afternoon anyway, so this just facilitated that. So I have new shoes. I'm a little nervous that there might be a bit of a breaking in process, but I can tell they're the same shoes I had, but I can tell that there's much more cushion in it. So that's what I'm doing. Hike on. So I'll keep taking you along with me. I gotta go down through Delawarre Water Gap here, get on some side streets, and then I understand a hike across the bridge is kind of gnarly because a lot of closed traffic. Bridge is kind of long and then it turns up into the woods. So don't know what to expect, but we'll just take it as it comes here. So here I get on the bridge across the Delaware River. Just lots of traffic going by. Fortunately, there is a separate lane for pedestrian traffic, so with a concrete barrier that looks pretty sturdy. So we're gonna take it across here. The lady at the running store said she doesn't like the bridge crossing, and I don't know how far we go on the road after that, but go a little ways. Then we get back up in the mountains, and it should be cooler in the mountains, honestly. So I'm partway up my climb on the New Jersey side of the river, and I say, thank you, New Jersey. Really well graded trail. There are a few rock step-ups where they're trying to prevent erosion, but marked difference from what was across the river. So I know it won't all be this nice. This is really close to a park and people hike this section a lot. I always say the trail is always better close to road crossings and places where a lot of people visit. Then it kind of gets progressively worse as it gets away. But the lady at the running store said this is a really beautiful section of trail. So I'm looking forward to it. The only hard part is hiking this climb when it's 91 degrees. That's a little have to be a little careful here and not go too hard, and drink lots of water. There is water close to the campsite I'm going to tonight in a couple of miles, and so I can freely drink of what I have in my pack, and it also makes it lighter. So this is the backpacker camping area at the top of the climb out of Delawarre Water Gap. I don't know if you can see, but way off in the distance on to the right is a brown object. That's a bear box where you can store your food. I have my hammock set up here. I think I'm going to go without a tarp. I don't think there's a chance of rain tonight. And it's just so much easier. Set up and tear down. I stopped at a stream just before the campsite. There's some debate about whether there was water, and there is, but let me show you. The water is bog water. It's coming out of a peat bog, and looks like weak iced tea. So my plan for this is, you can't really get it all out. I'm going to put some aquamir in it, which is chlorine drops. I'm going to let it set. I think that will clear it some, and then I'm going to filter, and then we're just going to use it because it'll be sterile. And it may have a little taste of, may taste like peat moss, but it's water. So water is water. I have a liter of clear water that I brought up that I didn't drink on the climb. I only drank a liter, and so I'll reserve that for things like drinking in the morning. I'll try to cook with this other water. So we'll see how successful my attempts are. The shoes actually helped a whole lot, even though they have a little break-in period. My feet feel so much better. Now I only went 5 miles, and yes, New Jersey does have rocks right up here at the top. I had some rocks, but it isn't near like Pennsylvania. So I'm looking forward to a couple of days from now when they just disappear altogether. So taking you along with me, there was something else I wanted to talk about from today, and I forgot what it was. Oh well, I'll think about it later. Yeah, I think I already said this when I was at the shoe store. The lady said you should replace your shoes every 400 miles and you won't let your feet get into condition. Last night I took ibuprofen and rubbed that CBD ointment on that Glen Rhodes brought me, and my feet felt much, much better this morning. The night before I didn't do either thing. So you can bet your sweet BP that tonight I'm going to take ibuprofen with my meal, and I'm going to rub that ointment on my feet and let them breathe and see if we can't get them back to the land of the living where my feet feel okay and I'm not just busting through. The other thing that probably I'm going to do is tomorrow's going to be hot like this too, just hotter and hot, is I'm going to try to cold soak my oatmeal tonight, get up early, like almost before daylight, like 5 o'clock, and get on trail and try to get, you know, if I could get 5 good hours in before noon, before it gets really, really hot, that would be wonderful. Get me 10, maybe 12 miles. So Sunfish Pond is coming up here. I think you can swim in it, so I'm planning tomorrow to hike in some shorts that I can swim in, so when I get there I can go and take a splash in the lake. I'm sure that'll feel good. And then we can proceed on. I mean, I'm wet with sweat anyway. Why not just get wet in the water? So looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to hopefully a good night's sleep tonight. I did take a little nap this afternoon while I was waiting for my phone to charge when I got back to the hostel. I didn't want to leave too early in the heat of the day. In fact, I probably could have left an hour later. It wouldn't have hurt anything, because it's I left at 3 and it's almost 6 now. It's just starting to cool. So I would have been better off to just hike into 7 o'clock probably. So that's kind of what we got going on. This is a beautiful spot up here. I don't know how tenters find it. I don't know if they find a lot of rocks or whatever, but it's beautiful with ferns and a lot of tent sites. This is in New Jersey. You have to stay, well, in this section there's a park or something, and this is the only place you can stay overnight in the park, and that you have to get past Sunfish Pond to do that. I know when my friend Caboose hiked, he said he can't buy a sunfish pond, but evidently regulations have changed, or he broke the rules. I'm not sure which, but neither one would surprise me too much. So that's kind of a wrap up of day. What I'd say this is this 84? Wrap up of day 84. Hopefully we're getting on the right track. I had a clear day today. Well, clear day tomorrow. It's going to supposedly even be a little bit hotter. Clear day the next day, and then it's calling for rain again. So I guess I need to get used to walking in the rain. But I've got 5 days of food, probably 5 days plus, and so we're just going to hike on. So now we see the comparison here between what I filtered in the bottle there and what was unfiltered. So filtering actually took a good bit of the color out of it. And I'm sure it still has a little taste, but it's totally safe to drink. So I'm gonna give her a sip here and see what we got. Well, I took a couple swallows, and actually I can't taste any boggy taste in it at all. So total success there, treating it and filtering it. I'm gonna make some supper here tonight and drink some water, and maybe I'll go get another bag of water and do the same thing for in the morning. I need to be on the spot with some water. Well, let me see. I've got 3 or 4, maybe I don't. I got a couple of miles to water, so shouldn't be in too bad a shape. So I'm gonna get after it here and make some supper. So I'm not feeling like a warm supper, but that's what I got. So I'm gonna make it, and I'm probably just gonna let it cool down to room temperature before I eat it. And then I'm tired. When the sun goes down here at 6:58, when the sun goes down here in about 2 hours, I'm gonna hit the hay. Gotta take my food up to the bear box to make sure that we don't have any night visitors. But kind of the wrap up of day 84. Oh, I forgot to make a big deal about it, but we are in New Jersey. That's another state down. New Jersey. And New Jersey has like 88 miles, I believe. And then we have New York. And New York has a similar amount of miles. And then we're in Connecticut. So in a week, I could be in New York. In another week, I could be in Connecticut. So that's awesome. We're making some progress. And I feel like I've got my foot thing on the mend. Without as many rocks, I'm sure my feet won't bother me near as badly. So, awesome.